Hi, I'm Billy with 21 LED USA. Today we'll be working with professional ultra bright LED strips that can be used for many different applications. This particular application is going to be a full kitchen install for above and below cabinets. Before we get started, let me tell you what you're going to need.
Starting on the left, you have the 12 volt DC 4-to-1 splitter, and then next over on the bottom is a wireless RF mini dimmer. Above that is a round knob dimmer. Above that are our 600 lumen professional LED strips. We have some electrical tape, a couple different styles of wire nuts. The top middle is a 5 amp power supply that should power up to 24 feet of LED lights. We have a pair of pliers, scissors, wire stripper, though you can use scissors for all the wire stripping. We have a simple staple gun. Above that on the far top right is a female clip that can connect straight into 12 volt DC and the other end snaps to the strip. To the left of that is a long coupling that can add a 5-inch gap from one strip to the next. You can then cut that in the middle to add larger gaps. We have a drill bit for drilling holes in the cabinets, and that's it.
Let's start with an overview of this project. We'll start with a 5 amp power supply which should light your entire kitchen of this size. You'll place this above your microwave. Most have a plug up here ready to go. You then have a 4-to-1 splitter. It has 4 plugs on one end, and this other end will plug into the other end of your power supply. From here you can split off in 4 different directions. You can drill down through here to come out into the bottom left side. You can drill down through here, down through this cabinet, and out the bottom to do the bottom right side. And then you can drill one hole in the top, take your other 2 cords up through here, and above you can split both directions to perfectly light your above your cabinets. We're going to start with drilling the holes. You want to get as far up in this corner as possible. For the next shelf up, these particular shelves are removable, so we'll be able to just feed the wire in front of that shelf. For other custom shelves, you may have to drill a small hole there. We'll go up one more. From the other side, you can drill in from this corner. All right. And then lastly, get up here. We're going to drill on this side to go to the top so that we're closer to the center part of the kitchen and we can run half of our light that way and half of our light the other way. We'll do best to get in the front where it's hidden. And that's it for the drilling. Now that the holes are drilled, we're going to run wire down from the 4-way splitter to where all the lights start. We'll start out with these connectors that will come with your lights. You'll either have a black connector with a white clip and a round plug on the other end, or you have the standard coupling with a white clip on both ends that can connect from one strip to the next. Either way, you'll start off by cutting down towards one end to have exposed wire. So here you have a black and a red wire, exposed and ready to go, or if you want to use one of these, you'll cut down, cut the round plug off, and then when you strip this back, you will take the black cover off of the wire, and inside there will be a black and red wire once again. You can use either one for the same method. I'm using wire strippers here. You can use scissors just as easily. We'll strip a little bit of wire. And now this is ready to be installed under here to connect to your strip, and then you will be running wire from here up to your power source. Up here we have the same situation. You'll take one of your 4 legs, you'll cut the round plug off, and then you'll bare these wires out. Here again is your black and your red. Strip some wire. And now we just need the wire to run from your power source above your microwave to your lights down below your cabinets. Here we have just a roll of simple speaker wire. This is 18 gauge speaker wire. Down on the speaker wire, it's gold, but there's a white line down one side. That's your hot side or your red. So your white and your red will match. And then the clear side with the gold wire will match with your black.
Then you will take the connector that connects to your LED strip and you'll feed the other end of the wire up through the hole we drilled. Take that on the inside of the cabinet and you'll be connecting it to the speaker wire. We'll take the white side and connect it to the red. And then add the wire nut. And then the clear goes with the black. We'll add that wire nut. Now these will be hidden back inside your cabinet, and later we can come back and tack that in with a staple, and this will be ready to connect the LED strip in later. Now ring the wire up from here. We'll give a good amount. Go ahead and just guess. You can cut that wire. Now the remaining wire you'll feed up through the rest of your cabinet, through the hole you've drilled. Now that you have your wire run up to the power supply, you'll be connecting into one leg of your 4-way splitter. Again, we'll be stripping the wire back. And connecting it to the 4-way splitter with wire nuts. We've got the white to go with the red. And the clear with the black. And now, with this plugged in, you will have power down through your cabinets to this underside. Next step will be connecting the LED strip to the power. We have it plugged in up top now, and we're just going to be connecting it here to the white connector. If you look closely, there is a minus and a plus on here that you want to match up with the plus and the minus on the strip. So I have it lined up. I have plus on top, minus on bottom. That matches. We're going to be sliding the strip into the connector, into the track, and under those, and then clamp down. You should have light. From here, we can leave that powered in. You can work with this while it's powered because it's 12 volt. It's not going to bother you in any way. And we're going to go ahead and do this full section down, diagonal over, and then down again. So we're going to connect all 3 strips together loose before we pull off the adhesive and apply to the surface. Again, we want to match plus and minus. We have plus on bottom. So you turn it around. Should have plus on top this time to match the plus on top of the strip. Slide it in, clamp down. Now our next small strip is going to go diagonally across this corner. So we're matching plus to minus again. Slide in. It has power as soon as it's contacting correctly. Clamp down. Same thing one more time so that we can add this last strip. Turn the connector around. And lastly, plus to minus, plus and minus. Now everything is ready to go to be applied. Now that you have it all ready and clipped on, you can then remove the 3M cover. and you'll have a sticky back ready to apply to the bottom of your cabinet.
Tear it off right by the connector. You can place this wherever you'd like under the cabinet. I've always liked to put it about a couple inches behind the front. That way you can get a lot of light out in front of you, but when you look at it, you can't see the lights. It sticks great to this surface. Other surfaces might not be that great. Later we'll come back with a staple gun. When we get up in this corner, we're able to expose the adhesive again. I'm going to jut back a little bit with this and get a good diagonal across here. Again, we'll staple all this up later. The last piece. Ready to go. We'll come back up close to the front, about 2 inches from the front. Slide across, and that's set. If you see down here, we're a little bit long. All you have to do is come in here. There's a cut line every 2 inches. Maybe hard to see with the light, but you can cut right across the middle of that cut line. That piece is gone. Now it fits perfectly. The last step will just be to come back and staple everything in so that you can hide away all the wires and secure the strip forever. I'm going to start by pushing that connector up against the roof, staple in. Now the wire's tight there. Now every 2 inches there is a resistor and a gap and a contact. So in that gap is the best place to staple, and really you can't mess these things up with a staple gun. Just aim at that gap. Maybe at an angle so you don't smash an LED, and shoot. Even if you miss, you're halfway in it, that's just fine. About a foot or two down, we'll do it again. Again here. And then right before the connector. Now, we're gonna hide this wire away. So we'll staple it up against there. And again, we want to get the wire secure over here so that it'll keep the next strip at the angle it should be. Now we can staple this strip into place. This has a different set of resistors. And we'll continue on around, hitting anywhere we feel needed to hide all of the wires. I'm going to finish this up by stapling in the wires inside this cabinet so they're tucked away and unable to be seen. An alternative to the stapling is you can use any type of glue or silicone for the strips. Even thumbtacks will work. Now we've done one of the 4 sections. The other 4 sections will be identical. We'll be running a piece of speaker wire from each of these remaining 3 plugs. After we cut them off, we'll send 2 wires up through the hole we drilled here. From the top, we can connect 2 more strips, and then we will connect another wire from the remaining plug, go through this hole here, and do the exact same job on the left side. So now we have the entire project complete. We have the 4 different wires wired in here to the splitter, plugged into the power supply. We actually moved up to a larger 10 amp power supply. We have about 28 to 30 feet of strip now. The 5 amp will run up to 24 feet, so we almost made that. Last thing is most customers want to have a dimming option and an on-off switch rather than having to come up here and unplug them every time. So all we do is unplug the round connection. This is our mini wireless dimmer. It'll plug in right between those 2 connections. And now we have on and off with the remote, 100%, 50%, 25%, and then we can change the brightness manually to any brightness we would like, or back to 100%. That's it for this kitchen LED install. As you can see, this is the professional strips installed in here. It's about the brightest strips you can get on the market. One other option you may have, if you have a kitchen where there's two separate sections divided by a gap or a window, we carry this remote in same frequency, so you can have two receivers and run on a single remote, and you can control both of them with the touch of one button. That does it for this install. This is 21 LED USA.